Well, hello folks, and welcome back to The Slice. We are checking in on the women's final and giving a preview of this epic matchup between new Canadian hero Bianca Andreescu and Serena Williams, the absolute legend, going for her 24th Grand Slam, while Bianca is going for her first in her breakout season on the WTA. So let's get into a little bit about this matchup, and is there any possibility that Bianca can upset Serena and win her first Grand Slam in amazing fashion? So let's get into this on the Slice episode, wearing my new Slice shirt. Welcome to the Slice.
Welcome to the Slice.
Welcome to the Slice.
Thank you for tuning in, folks. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't heard of Bianca Andreescu by now, you've probably had your head in a hole. But if you haven't heard about her and you live in Canada, I don't know what you've been doing. You obviously haven't been watching the US Open, because the 19-year-old Canadian has burst onto the scene really since the beginning of 2019. She won Indian Wells out of absolute nowhere. And while this isn't the biggest surprise, because in the women's game, a lot more different champions have popped up and there's a lot more inconsistency of there's no one like big three dominating, Bianca Andreescu coming through and winning Indian Wells signaled to the world that there's a new queen on the stage. And then she went through some injury woes through the clay and grass court season, but she ended up winning the Rogers Cup in Canada, which was massive for her and massive for Canada, her home country's biggest tournament, playing Serena actually in the final, and Serena having to pull out due to back spasms. But the crazy thing is she has not lost a completed match since March. So anyways, Bianca Andreescu has been on an absolute tear, and we're checking in on this final. I know that on the Slice here, we usually just focus on the ATP, but there's a new national hero being born in Canada, and as a Canadian, a proud Canadian, got to check in on that. So Serena Williams, not much needs to be said about the arguably greatest women's tennis player of all time. She's won 23 Grand Slams, and she's going for her 24th after losing the Wimbledon final. Similar to Roger Federer, there's a lot of comparisons being drawn between them. She lost in the Wimbledon final in a heartbreaker to Simona Halep, and then now she's regained her form at the US Open and is looking absolutely amazing coming in, winning her last two matches easily, the quarterfinals and semifinals. So she's looking as the favorite for sure coming into this match. And we all know what she's good at. She's an absolute beast on the court. Every shot that she has is massive, and she can dominate players in a way that we've probably never, ever seen. But there is some things that Bianca Andreescu can do, and we've seen her do that could make her win this match and win her first Grand Slam and the first singles Grand Slam in Canadian tennis history. So what I've been seeing is that Bianca Andreescu is very similar in a sense to Serena Williams. She has a strong athletic build, and she's a power player, likes to battle from the baseline, but she can also mix it up. She does better, and I saw a graphic from this on TV when I was watching, that she does better the farther she stands in on the court, kind of like Roger Federer. Her percentage of points won just increases the farther she stands forward. So that basically comes down to aggression. If she's the more aggressive player, she tends to do better. And recently, her default, like Daniil Medvedev, has been to win matches. Even if she's down in matches, she can come back and win. Maybe she's too young to get as nervous as other players. She doesn't know any better. But she's just got a knack of being able to win matches. But I think against Serena Williams, this is going to be a different animal, because Serena's got more power than anyone that Bianca's faced. So being the less powerful player might make her step on her back foot, and that will not help her out because she'll get pushed back in the court. Serena will be able to dictate, and that's obviously what she does so well. And then it'll be a tough ask for Bianca to get through her. But if Bianca can come out guns a-blazing like a true Canadian would, like an absolute warrior, if she can push Serena Williams off her game, she can have the advantage in this, and then we'll see what she can do. Can she step up to the plate on the biggest stage in tennis possible, playing the biggest player that she can play? So we're going to have to see what she does, which we're going to have to see if the nerves get to her or if not, but nothing should tell us that the nerves will get to her, because she's won the big titles already this year. It's like one of the craziest stats I saw is since last year, where Bianca had qualified for the US Open. So literally 12 months ago. Since that time, she's gone 44-4 in competition. So she's arguably the hottest player on the WTA Tour. And she's coming up against the legend Serena Williams, who's trying to write history by tying Margaret Court for 24 Grand Slams. So who do you think is going to win? Post your prediction down in the below. I'm predicting Serena Williams is going to win, but not going to lie. And to be completely biased here, I'm hoping Bianca will, because we've got to support the Canadians. And she's got fire, she's got passion, and she's got absolute game. And it's pretty sweet to see. So there is a preview, a quick preview of the women's final at the US Open. A preview of the men's final will be coming out tomorrow. And this shirt, along with other iterations of it, and this mug will be available very soon for purchase on the Slice. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for your support. Click the subscribe button down below, and we will see you very, very soon. Thanks, guys.